All right, homie, let's talk about Tucson knives. Ooh, you putting on the detent. Yikes. Let's get crystallized. Let's get crystallized with the TS196. What beautiful calligraphy I produce. M390 Sabertooth, Mazwan Mokhtar. It's like, have I done the TS196? I'm sure it's somewhere in my historical library, right? But this changes everything. That'll be on my title. Clickbait. This changes everything. Nah, it really doesn't change much of anything. M390 TwoSun knives, and it is crystallized. So they've done this in like a storm anno type of thing. They've done it just regular gray. They've done it, and this is crystallized. So there you go, damn it. And let me show you. Because I didn't see one on White Mountain Knives. I saw just a regular storm anno one that's still available. But this, they say, is crystallized. Okay, so this came out of that cave in Mexico where, for the last 200 million years, these big crystals have been formed. Well, they found this knife in there too, so they brought it out, and just kidding. Okay, so that's a lie. This is crystallized, so I guess this is an effect of anno. It seems like when I put this on Instagram, people were very taken by it. Okay, well, it's up to $100 on bids, and it's got 3 days and 14 hours left. So you think it's going to go for a little bit more than 100? Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, so what did they say here other than, hey, we have, they always got holidays over there. So, keep it away from kids. Okay, Sabertooth, Mazwan Mokhtar, here's your deal. But it's crystallized TC4 titanium, which I think when you do the research, you'll see that they take it down to the South Pole and leave it outside one of those science stations, and I'm kidding again. Okay, so this is just like that storm anno thing. $179.99, man, 10% off. What is that of 180? That's 18 bucks, almost 20 bucks off. So what are you in? Blah, blah, blah. So you're 180, you're 160, a little over 160, whatever, delivered. Okay. So you could do that. If you want to do a storm instead of getting crystallized. So I haven't done anything with the pivot or anything. So we will take it apart, because in doing so, we will put it back together, and it will drop enough to be able to cut part of my thumb off. Hold on. Okay, so it's over the detent. Get away from here. Okay, there it is. Let me see how quick it gets over this detent. It's over. I'll tell you one thing, though. This is... You know what I'm saying? Woo, that ain't just a cavalier little... Ooh, that's a pull. So no, you're not going to accidentally kick this open, and you're definitely not going to fail the detent. You're not going to fail the detent. I'm going to fail the dent, but not the detent. Woo! Boy. Well, time to get back to the gym, I guess. Can't flip a damn knife open. But no, it's not that bad. But it is stronger than most knives that I have dealt with recently. So, I mean, the detent may vary from knife to knife as well. But yeah, this is not just so it depends. If you like a little stronger detent, you may like this knife the way it is. And then you've got a thumb ramp. You can put your thumb up there. You can bring your finger forward. And possibly it might also cut things. Okay. Yes, start off here. Start at the choil. It's not cutting really good at the choil. sometimes. Maybe just not enough coffee or something. Okay, there you go. So yes, it slices, it dices. You got this multi-grind going on in here, but that's not a hollow grind, is it? It kind of looks like a hollow grind, doesn't it? And then this tip is not. It's a flat grind. And usually Mokhtar puts his initials on the inside, but not in this case. And it looks like it's weight relieved in there. Ceramic bearings, hardened steel insert, over travel stop. But check out, this is the whole point of this knife, right? It's been out in circulation, except the way this has been done. And unfortunately, I didn't get a good translational onto how is the process done by which they come up with this effect. And even if I ask, I'm not sure they're going to tell me, right? Because, it becomes one of those little secrets that they like to keep on their processing and how they do that. But how do you do gold? Then it's this beautiful crystallized appearance. And even with like oily, crappy, normal human hands, where you'd print it up, it's not really printing up that easily either. So it's not like it's killing the deal. Sometimes the anode just dulls right out as soon as you touch it, And this doesn't seem like it is doing that, so that's nice. And that may be due to the fact that this may be a very high voltage color that they're achieving here, okay? And it seems like the higher voltage ones don't print up as much as the low voltage ones. Does that sound right to you guys? I think. In another life, I think I heard that from somewhere. And I'm repeating it, totally unfounded, of course. And here's 15% lockup on this. And how do we do this? Boom. Yeah, it's quick over the detent. So what do you think about the Sabertooth? I think a lot of people really like this design on this knife. And look at this. Talk about like a pry bar at the end, right? That is pretty heavy duty. Let me see if I can get my old caliper out here and kind of get a feeling. 13.4, so 0.52, that's a pretty decent handful. Let me get up in here. Okay, what do we got? 13, 14, 3.5 millimeter blade stock, which is heavy these days, isn't it? Because seems like almost everybody's doing either 3 millimeter, and I've been running into a lot of 2.5, 2.7. So 3.5 is pretty heavy duty. Sharp out of the box, cuts well. And of course, recently, if you guys have been keeping up, I did batch number 2. Now I'm throwing out my stuff here of my blade testing, okay? So LTK result was one made by We Knives, and it was a 60.1. Yes, it's basically M390/20 CV, same elemental look at it. But the Vandal was a Tucson, right? Now that was a 59 too, so it wasn't a 60. So that wouldn't get the green zone on our testing group. It would be in the yellow because it's shy of 60, okay? So, and then let's not even talk about the Microtech at 58.7. So, but just to give you an idea that you kind of got to do more than one to kind of get a range. And so this is one, I ran into this on my tablet because I had put this together years ago, okay? So let's get down to TwoSun. Okay, the TS88, remember the mortise and tenon one that I had? This was, this is before, I was LBGTQ friendly. This is years ago, like 6 years ago. when you got to see normal TV shows and stuff. Okay, 57.2. But ever since that kind of complete flop, the TS66, and that was an integral, 58.9. So you got to call that a 60, right? I mean, if you tapped it the second time, it probably hit 60. The TS68, that was a small knife, okay? That was, the TS68, that was almost a 62 Rockwell of M390. That's nuts. And then this is okay, we're out of the Tucsons now. We're into the Vespa. Remember the Vespa Ripper? So that wasn't bad. And it was real M390 too. So, okay, so, I mean, if you look up and down and you could screenshot it and whatever, you can look and go, oh God, that's my Contigo, isn't it? And it was a 60. And you know what? I still got that knife. I love it. I'll never sell that sucker. M390 Knife Works, the blue and black. Okay, sorry, I'm getting off topic. But Spyderco, I trust them. Not perfect, but steel will, not so perfect. But you could look that over. The struggle is with M390, and a guy said it on my testing thing, saying, if M390 is so difficult to get into the 60 to 62 range, why don't they just use a different steel? The smartest thing I've ever heard anybody say about M390. I totally agree. I'm not an M390. I'm not subscribed to it. But if you're going to buy this knife, you got to get it in M390, right? So you don't have a choice. That's why a lot of the knives I have on my channel are M390. I don't got a choice, okay? I don't got a choice. I'd rather have an S35 or something else, really, tell you the truth. But, okay. So it's an M390. How hard is this? I'd say if it's 60, that's probably all it is. It could be a 59.8. It could be a 59.2. It could be somewhere in there. But that's okay. I mean, it's got to be okay because that's what it's going to be, and that's what most other knives are as well. It's centered. Quit being depressed out there. Let's stay with this. Okay, hold on. How much does it weigh? Yeah, I know. I mean, would you like every M390 to be 61 to 62? Me too. Then it'd be worth having M390, but okay. But still. 119 in the grams. Let's roll around and make sure it's probably battery time for this thing, isn't it? 4.2 ounces. That's not that heavy. It's not that heavy, but it's not that big either. It's not exactly a 9-inch knife. But it's 3 3/8, so it's a 3.35-inch blade, 7.65 overall at under 19.5 centimeters, okay? So no, not a huge, but it's big enough, right? And it's comfortable in the hand. I like that. It's tip up, right hand only. Obviously, the pocket clip is attached from the inside, so you kind of keep that hardware out of view. Now, you do have some screws here, and they look nice. And, of course, you got the lanyard hole running through the handle. Sometimes I don't mind doing a little cutaway on the back spacer and then putting a little lanyard pin in here, and that way you don't have the hole. I don't know that you need a hole in every handle for a lanyard. I don't see a lot of guys using them either. So it's kind of a hole for nothing in many cases. But no, quick over the detent ball. Relatively stiff detent. And I don't, as time goes by, maybe that will lessen. And so therefore, maybe it was better that it started with a little bit more snap. You know what I'm saying? Than not. And so, yeah, that feels good. I like the fit and finish on TwoSun knives. So this one's not too big, not too small. I like the finish they've done to it. It's a different approach. And I think the reason they keep coming back with the Sabertooth in different iterations, like different finishes, is because a lot of people really like this knife. A lot of people have really grown to like this design in this particular knife. And so it's been a popular one. It's been out for years, right? At a 196, they're into the 400s now, right? So, yeah. And I thought it was pretty snappy looking myself. Now we got blue on blue, don't we? Okay, blue on blue, but these are number 8s. Oh yeah, because we're feeling grades. Okay, let's, no entry here. Kick it open. Not too difficult to take that one out, and they didn't really jack this up too tough. And is that a, I guess it's a surround here. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, let's keep you all together. Don't want to break up the family, and we got some lubrication there, don't we? So, let's do this. Let's do this. Push and turn, push and turn. I looked the other day and I'd started unscrewing this top thing off, and it was like this. I'm going, holy crap, look at that. Ooh, I'm about ready to lose that. But you know, that's because you stabilize it here and you're turning it. If you really have to put pressure, you can just start unscrewing this little top piece. Yikes. So I hadn't realized I was doing that. Okay, come on. Oh, yeah, do we have detent? Yeah, we do. Okay, come on. Let's get you off of here. Because obviously, I don't have a screw coming through the pocket clip. So this ought to be able to come apart on its own, unless I need to grab my little plastic fid, and I don't know if that's gonna, will that do it? Yeah, that'll do it. I think that's all it's gonna take right there. Yeah, figured you out that way, didn't I? Okay, so there's your screw that's coming back into, let me see what this is. Well, it's not. No, I was thinking it was some kind of coating they put on here, but no, I'm not. I guess it's not. That I can tell. So if any of you guys know the trick of how they do this effect, let me know. But no, it just looks like a transition. Okay. But I don't know. I mean, whatever it is, it seems to work. And there's your blade. There's your ceramic bearings. And there's these washers with the little race in them. I wonder, they used to do a little detent ramp here, and they haven't done it in the recent ones. I don't know if they really needed to anyhow, but okay, so here is, oh, well, we do have a captured pivot, okay? So, and there's the little surround there as well, but we have a captured pivot. We have weight relieving. We have the back spacer. And, yeah, and obviously the blade stop is into the blade here, and therefore runs on these track. You know, on this side, ceramic, detent, ball hardened steel insert over travel stop, etc. So that's the disassembly. Okay, so we got it back together, and you know what? The detent doesn't seem as intense as it was. Maybe I didn't tighten the pivot quite as tight as it was from the factory, even though I got it tight enough there's no blade play and it's centered. So that's plenty. And you know what? It seems less detent. So, okay. It's snappy little number though, isn't it? It's the Sabertooth Crystallized And I hope that clarified your situation with the Sabertooth, because we love them knives. You guys, stay sharp.